Okay, g'day again everyone. As you can see, got the engine out again. Good news is, gearbox is working fine. But yeah, I thought I'd solved the oil leak, given that the fuel pump was loose, and put a new gasket on it. I actually changed it because it was leaking a little bit of fuel anyway, just weeping, which I explained in the last video. But yeah, the oil leak was coming from the oil cooler, and yeah, it's just got two row rings. You see, these are squashed and hard as. They've probably been in there since whenever the engine was made in the 70s. And yeah, I've had this cell kit for 10 years or something. Mum and Dad gave it to me. And it's supposedly metric and imperial, but they're pretty much the same size. But yeah, that has been so handy. If you're working on different vehicles, yeah, it is really handy to have a seal kit. You'd be surprised how many things you use it on, even around the house. And yeah, it's nice to just be able to grab something out of the set, not have to driving all the way into town just to get an O-ring. But anyway, yeah, I found a couple of O-rings that fit. They're just slightly big, and yeah, the next size down is too thin, so yeah. But it's sort of a good thing actually, because they do sort of, you just work it into the hole, and you have to make sure, absolutely sure it doesn't pop out when I go to bolt it back on, because if it has popped out, it'll just chop it. But yeah, it's a good thing, because they, being that little bit big, they stay in there. So yeah, if they didn't do that, if they were loose in there, you'd have to put a bit of sealant or grease or something around them to keep them in place while you tip it upside down to fit it back on. So yeah, I had to like, the cowl comes off easy enough, just undo the clamps and wires and things. But yeah, I couldn't got these two bolts to come up from the underneath here, and it was just difficult to undo them with the spanner, so I figured it was easier to take this part of the engine fan off cover. Yeah, had to undo the nut on the manifold and undo the warming pipe from the exhaust. I've only undone it one side, and that was enough. Just that was just to get the inlet manifold off. But yeah, at the minute it's got just enough movement in there to get it all off. So yeah, we do have a funny issue with this clutch. I want to say, like, the clutch is working, but it's right up on full adjustment, and I don't know if it looked like that when I put it in. I don't recall it. You see how far the springs are in. Yeah, I'm a bit concerned about it. It did actually work, but I'm concerned about the spring plate. I'm going to take that off again, and I'll probably put the old clutch plate back in. It wasn't slipping or anything, it was just had a shudder. I think I put the old clutch plate back in until I can afford a new one. And yeah, I think I'll buy a kit actually with a new pressure plate. It's a bit grooved on the surface. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for watching.